Yeah, Richie Rich here. You deserve to be free. So, what I'm going to talk about today is when you're not feeling comfortable about doing something. Maybe you're uncomfortable doing something out of your range of comfort. So that comes down to courage, looking it in the eye and say it's not going to be all that bad, but you need to step up and do it. So as you know, just a little side note here, I am going to Mexico in a few weeks and leaving Vietnam. And yeah, I have a lot of, some people would say anxiety. I don't like to focus on that so much. But yeah, I just have some, you always have regrets, or you have some second thoughts about doing what you're doing, because I'm being comfortable here right now, but I potentially see it not being comfortable in the near future. I'm not saying it's going to happen or not happen, but just because the reason why I'm leaving, first of all, is I can't get residency here, and I might be able to get, no, I'm pretty sure I can get residency in Mexico. I'm still looking in the process, but it's a lot easier. Very tough to do that in Vietnam. And second of all, yeah, we've got all these mandates here. You got to wear this face covering, you got to make sure you have this jab and all that stuff. Where in Mexico, I'm big on being free. And yeah, so that's where I am going for now. Will I be back to Vietnam? Yeah, I hope so. But in the short term here, I'm going to be heading to Mexico. And so, getting back to taking courage to do something different and getting out of your comfort zone. So that's what I'm doing, getting out of the comfort zone. I'm not being being uncomfortable what I'm going to be doing. So that requires even just doing the flight. I haven't flown for a couple of years now since I came here. So I gotta go through that process again and get to where I'm going and where I'm going to stay, and also know people there. There's no one there that I know. So it's going to be quite a bit of an adventure, because everybody wants to be, how can I say, no one wants to, a lot of people don't want to stretch or put them in a situation where they don't know anything or don't know their environment too much. It's not like I'm being dropped into an area I don't know. Obviously not being dropped into a dangerous situation, dangerous country, or dangerous environment. I know I've done some research, so you got to make sure you have, when you do your courage, make sure you have a bit of critical thinking, and okay, is this place okay, safe? If it's not, what precautions do I gotta do before I get there? So yeah, so that end of it, I've done my research, and yeah, it looks good for now, and pretty positive on the place I'm going. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm still a stretch because I don't know anyone there. And it's going to be, So I do have plans I do have certain goals, what I want in a relationship in regards to me moving forward in my life. But, so we'll deal with that later. So, getting back to my original, back to the history of myself. I never was this type of person. I was always the one that go along to get along, and I've always, when I was growing up through my life in younger years, I've always kind of followed. I was always a follower, never the leader, and I never took risks, and then sometimes I would take a risk. A lot of people, some people would say, that's not a good idea, don't do that. And it was funny. I remember when I was young one time, and in my previous video, I liked I liked agriculture equipment. And I wanted, again, this type of business that was in the agriculture business. I had no money at the time, but I wanted to get into this type of business. And of course, you tell your relatives and your parents, and obviously the people that you tell, they always have your best intentions. Most of the time, I would think your family has your best intentions, and I never did get involved. And you do have, looking back, you do have regrets of not going and not doing that. I had another opportunity too, and that was a job. It was kind of like a traveling harvesting, running these combine harvesters from Texas all the way up to Canada. And it's a good place. You work long hours, but you get fed, you had housing, and you move from one place to another place. And I had a chance to go, and I never did. And you know, hindsight 2020, you always say. So there was a certain person I was, family, friends, is not taking that courage to go for it. And so anyway, I didn't go. So that's something I have to live with. So, but I didn't turn out that bad because I did get to run that type of equipment later in life anyway. So, but it would have been good traveling for me. So, as you can see, I always was following other people and not really listening to my gut or listening to my heart as well to do this. And so that's with anything when you're going forward with, when you're dealing something with that's going to be uncomfortable. If it really resonates with you and it's going to give you a bit of a stretch and it's going to be uncomfortable maybe at the beginning, you really got to focus on what the benefits. Even coming over here to Vietnam like 5 years ago, I didn't know anyone. I came in here, dropped in here, I got into the school teaching English as a second language. School, they train you for 4 weeks. As I said in a previous video. So, but still, I didn't know the English people that were there. I just kind of got dropped in and had to make friends. Had to adapt, and we all adapt. So it's not going to be nothing new. So you can't be scared. You can't be living in the fear about what's going to happen. That happens. So yeah. So it's just another thing that I'm going to go through. And make you stretch and everything else. And yeah, so that's the thing too. You always got to, if you're feeling uncomfortable about what you're going to do, it's probably a good thing it's stretching. It's not like you hate it. It's just like, oh, do I really want to do that? Because it's making you feel uncomfortable. But yeah, usually you should go do it. If it's something that's been on your mind for a long time. And I still have goals that I want to do. And things I like to have and go and be with. So, yeah, so it's not going to be, how can I say, it's not easy, but it'll be simple, but it won't be easy. Simple as making a decision. The difficult part will probably is following through in the decision if you decide to quit. So, but yeah, so anyway, I had those things in the past that I share about what I should have been doing going forward, and not taking the calculated risk and going. It's not like it was a huge risk, but it was a risk, and to go start that business or start that, go to that job out west with this traveling harvesters. So yeah, it was just you just sometimes you don't want to, but I'm not going to focus on the guilt or the pain of that. And that's another thing. You need not to focus on anything. If you didn't do something in the past and you wish you did, you got to learn not to feel bad about it. Acknowledge the mistake and move forward. So I'm not going to live with regrets. I'm just going to, something I need to learn from, and we're here to learn. So, other than that, it's just like, being uncomfortable when you're going forward and making decisions, and taking that, being courageous to step up and say, yeah, this is what I'm going to do, regardless what people are saying, society is saying, religious institutions are saying. That just step up and say, this is what I'm going to do. If it really resonates with you, you need to do it. So, I have this book out called Manifest What Loves You, and you can email me at courageousrich@gmail.com, and we will talk to you later. Bye for now. You deserve to be free.